Afirmativo is basically saying yes. Negativo is basically saying no. When we affirm something, we're saying yes. When we negate something, we're saying no. In this chapter, one of the goals or one of the topics of discussion is to discuss your school and talk about classes, clubs, activities, where students are, what they're doing, beyond just likes and dislikes and simple descriptions. So that's why we're talking about affirmative and negative words or phrases. For example, hay algunos estudiantes en la biblioteca para exámenes. There are some students in the library for testing. Hay algunos estudiantes, some students. Now, if I ask you the question, let's say I don't know if they're doing testing or not. So I ask you the question, ¿hay algunos estudiantes en la biblioteca? And you know testing is done, you may respond with, no hay ningunos estudiantes en la biblioteca hoy. Like, no, there are no students in the library today. No hay ninguno. No hay ningunos estudiantes. So you tell me, algo, is that affirmative or negative? It's affirmative, yes. Ninguno, affirmative or negative? That's negative, yes. Nada, afirmativo o negativo? Negativo. Alguien, afirmativo o negativo? Afirmativo. Mm-hmm. Siempre means always. Afirmativo o negativo?
Afirmativo.
Afirmativo, sí, afirmativo. It means always. So always is affirmative versus nunca. Afirmativo o negativo? That would be negativo. Gracias, Sam. Que pases buen día. Hope you have a great day. Tampoco. Sí, negativo. It means neither. Neither. Like if I said, yo tampoco, so me neither. Yo tampoco. Versus también, afirmativo o negativo? Afirmativo. Afirmativo. También means also or too, like T-O-O. All right. So those are several of the answers for part one. Here's how I remember the difference between también and tampoco, whether it's afirmativo or negativo. And eventually you remember it, you memorize it, and it's, a little easier. But look at también, and then look at tampoco. También ends in bien, which means good. También, afirmativo, affirmative. Tampoco ends in poco. Poco means few or little, like not much. Not little as in stature, but not much. So we have también, good, tampoco, few, not many. So you think about plate of food. I don't know why the word tam looks like plate of food, but it does to me. I don't know why. So if you got a plate of food with poca comida, little food, that's not good. That's negativo. If you have a good plate of food, bien, afirmativo. All right. So practicamos. Let's practice. Here's some practice for you. If you've got your sheet in class, then you look at the paper and you got some of the answers here right now. Those of you who are at home, you will have this document ASA possible. After our video presentation live lesson is done, you'll have that. I always eat spaghetti. The translation of that would be yo blank como espagueti. Como meaning eat. So we want to say I always eat spaghetti. What word in Spanish means always? Siempre. Good. Repitan. Yo siempre como espagueti. Muy bien. Someone is knocking on the door. Alguien toca la puerta. And alguien te di la respuesta. Someone just gave you the answer. That was me. My mistake. So what's someone in Spanish? Alguien. Yes, alguien. Repitan. Alguien. Alguien toca la puerta. I don't have a blue car. This is pretty easy. In fact, it's so easy, you might start thinking too hard about it. How do you take the sentence, tengo un auto azul, and make it negative? Not as a good guess. Someone else said it. What was it? Yes, you put no, yeah, just, and that's okay. You're on the right path. But yeah, it's so you just put no. The word no. No tengo un auto azul. Or no tengo un carro azul. No tengo. Simple as that. No tengo. Tengo, I have. No tengo, I don't have. No hay blank estudiante en la escuela a las 10 p.m. de la noche. There is no student. There is no student in the school at 10 o'clock p.m. at night. You don't necessarily have to understand every word here in this sentence to be able to get the correct answer. Let's look at some context clues. No hay, there is not. Hay, there is, there are. No hay, there is not, there aren't. Estudiante, student. So instead of saying there is some student or some students, we're going to say there is no student. Nada is a good guess that it's negativo. It will be negativo, but nada is a little too simplistic for this sentence. It's going to be ningún, ningún. This is a little small written on the board here. I've got a picture of this that's bigger in the presentation, but essentially the O will be dropped from ninguno, and it will just be ningún. Now, everything we just did in the first few sentences was pretty basic. In this last example here, I jumped you over the bridge, and then jumping over the bridge, we lost an O, and we don't know why. That's okay. By Thursday, these are the types of sentences we're going to be dealing more with. So between today, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to build into bigger sentences like this. When you take the word ninguno and put it in front of the noun estudiante, the O falls off. And that's for alguno and ninguno. Or, but not alguna or ninguna. Don't worry about that right now. It's just for masculine singular. For masculine singular, you got a lot of changes. That's where you get your contraction between a and el becoming al. And from bueno becoming buen, ninguno becoming ningún. Alguno becoming algún. And it's just something that you begin to learn in Spanish too. So no hay ningún estudiante en la escuela a las 10 p.m. All right, now, if there's no other questions, you're free to go. Okay, hasta luego.